Yo, yo. Yeah, what's up, man? So this is going to be the Holy Priest 10.1 discussion. This is the Holy Priest wish list. This is the Vatican. We're going to be talking about Holy Priest and 10.1, the talents, what we like, what we don't like, and probably what we need. The Holy Priest has been down bad, boys, and quite frankly, we need a change. All right, so we're gonna start off in the general priestry. I don't have too much to say about the priestry. It's fine. I already know this video is gonna be pretty hefty, but we're gonna talk about I got a few points in the regular priestry, so I'm just gonna get right into it. So generally, Holy Priest is, I believe, the only healer that doesn't have a way to do damage and convert it into healing for the raid or the party. And this goes a long way in Mythic Plus, RBGs, 3s, every form of content. So my suggestion to this is somehow, some way in this area, I think there should be a talent that converts Holy Fire into like a Shadow Flame. Just make it a shadow spell so we can actually use Vampiric Embrace, and that's the best I got for it. It'll be cool, it'll be better, solo queue. You should actually, do some damage to get some healing, just like every other healer in the game. That's one. Holy Priest also, we, with a statue in the game, well, priest in general is the statue in the game, just slows. You're always, less than 100% movement speed in any form of PvP. I think the best way to go about addressing this is to make Phantasm last for 2 seconds, 3 seconds, nothing crazy. Just get us out the snare and not let that same snare be able to be applied for 3 seconds. I don't think we're asking for much. We also, like I say, our mobility is trash. You get a DK on you, you're not going anywhere. They have their way with you. You can't get anywhere. You ever played against a blood DK in RBGs, you know what I'm talking about. Reverse Leap of Faith would be nice. If you don't want to give us that, maybe give us 2 charges of Leap of Faith. Just double down on it, I guess. I'd take that, maybe. Yeah, pretty much ain't got much to say for the priest tree. My last thing that I can think of off the top of my head is manipulation in the priest tree. I think this is garbage. I'm not gonna lie to you, this is garbage. If you want to make your mind games actually do some damage or feel like mind games of old, you have to get Shattered Perceptions, because people don't even try to dispel mind games anymore. It's just like really a non-factor. It does have decent damage, but you want the reverse amount to be half decent. The cooldown reduction, it would be good. Like, I would take this should be 1 point per talent, and then just nerf it for Shadow. I guess it was a problem with Shadow, but since Shadow is they actually removed a lot of the instant cast that was helping out manipulation for them. I think they should actually just revert it to how it was before, to 2 seconds per cast of Smite and Holy Fire, Mind Blast, Mind Flay, Mind Spike, whatever they have now. That's all I pretty much got for the Holy Priest main tree. And Angelic Bulwark is still garbage. So moving on to the meat over here in the Holy Priest tree. So pretty much here, I think this stuff should be a little bit more linear as far as prayer of healing goes. We never cast a spell. It's it's not worth it. I wish it, but it's attached to so many other things. Like, I think that Sanctify, like, Chastise, either, I'll just deal with both of these at once. So either prayer of healing should be baseline, or Sanctify should be the first thing you'll be able to get. This ability is like having to cast Smite, or having to choose Smite before you get Holy Word Chastised. That's pretty much how it feels. I think this, you know what? I actually have, let me see if I can find it here, a couple suggestions. So as you can see by my beautiful work of art on paint here, I've moved Sanctify up in the tree, put Prayer of Healing off to the side, you know, so all those PvE lords, you know, that's going to be using this button, it's not going to, you know, affect them terribly. They could get Prayer of Healing and go on down to get all the stuff that coincides with it and, you know, be doing just fine. They really just need to swap this around in the tree. Also, so we have Trail of Light. Now this is a level 1 talent, probably as long as I've been playing this game. There's no reason this should be in the middle of the tree and it's 2 points. Why is Trail of Light 2 points? I think there's 2 healing classes in the game right now where in their spec specific tree where we have, I think we have 5 2-point nodes. It just you know, they just need to, I don't know, they need to get rid of some of these 2-point talents. Trail of Light, 1 point. Move it in the top, in the top third. That's, let's see what else we have here. We have Gales of Song, 2 points. Like this stuff is just like extra pad, you know. I mean, it'd be good, but unfortunately I can't even take Divine Hymn in PvP, and it's actually a good spell, but it's just so much other stuff that I, you know, feel like I have to use. I just can't afford to get it. You just really can't afford it. Oh, before I get too far down the tree, this is one of my big things over here in the spec tree. Take Imperial Blaze off the global cooldown. It's so guys, this is probably, yeah, I think this is our most clunky spell over here. It's just so clunky. Just take it off the GCD, please. Convert it into a shadow spell in the, you know, in the general tree, and you know, let us have something. Like this stuff is so clunky, you can't take it. Yeah, and that's enough of that. So also, so Holy Priest is not 100% sure, but maybe only two healing specs in the game. Just the pace of the game and, you know, pretty much how it goes. Holy Priest can't get in a lot of groups. You just have no damage reduction. People feel grief playing with Holy Priest. If you want to have a successful PvP experience, all the healers need to be as close as possible with certain aspects of the game. You know, an actual cooldown, damage reduction. Guardian Spirit, I mean, it's an okay spell, right? Don't get me wrong, but it's 3 minutes baseline, and you have, so it's 3 minutes baseline, and you can use it in stuns, which is cool. But I just feel like you just take up too many points to actually make it decent. To get it a minute cooldown, you know, I can never use Guardian of the Light because it's a 3 minute cooldown. Maybe make Guardian baseline, and then these 2 points can be used to augment it to better suit your gameplay. Maybe have it make it a 2 minute cooldown with this point, and make it do 30. You take 30% less damage and 30% more healing when you use it, and then make this one, you know, just 2 minute cooldown, and Guardian Spirit actually goes on you and the target. You know, just work around some fixes here. Afterlife, only way you use it is when you get a Spirit of the Redeemer. I guess that's fine, but Spirit of the Redeemer, you just lose a lot of time off of it. Maybe baseline 10 seconds, and then maybe this make it like 12 or 13. You know, whatever. All right, moving along. Circular Healing has to be the most garbage spell in our book. It costs so much mana. It costs roughly almost about the same in mana as a Holy Ward Sanctify, but does nothing comparable. No comparable healing at all. You have to take 3 talents to make this worth the mana cost. You have to take Circle of Healing, Healing Chorus, and Horizon. The fix for this would be buff this back to 2%. Buff this back to 2%, stacking up to 50 times, or 2% stacking to 25 times. Well, 4% stacking to 25 times, something, because you just can't. You basically you just be trying to use this spell. I'm not gonna talk about the prayer of healing stuff. You know how I feel about prayer healing. I'm never casting it. It's just it's about useless. Renewed Faith. This is nerfed from the 10%. This was a tier 1 talent. They moved it in tier 2 and they nerfed it. Like, what are we doing? Also, I think Enlightenment could be baseline. No, actually, okay, Symbol of Hope should be baseline, and then you should be able to take a talent for Symbol of Hope that increases your mana regeneration by 10%. And I think that, you know, that clear up a spot in this talent tree, because you just lose so much trying to get these spells. Benediction, it's pretty much nerfed, but it'll get some renews out there for you. This spell, Holy Minute, I probably use it twice, maybe in solo queue. It really does no healing. It kind of gets a buff with our 2-piece. So, you know, more prayer minutes bouncing around. Maybe you can get more use out of this, but I think it needs to be buffed. 4,200 healing when everybody's health pool is, you know, 371k. It pretty much feels useless. Move along. Divine Service is fine. Prayers of the Virtuous, this is fine. They finally fixed the stacks. That's fine. Prismatic Echoes, this is super boring, but you almost can't not take it. Crisis Management, this is okay. It kind of ties into a few talents down here. It's okay. Maybe it should add Serenity in there, or Holy Fire, Smite, something. I don't know. Feels kind of useless. Pontiflex is fine. Apotheosis is fine. Yeah, so nobody uses Empowered Renew or Rapid Recovery. So 2 suggested changes for this. Either move it far up in the tree somewhere and fix this. Like this, if you choose this talent, it's like you getting a healing nerf, because you're usually running Benediction to get your renews on the target. So the longer your renews is on, the more healing you do to them. But with Rapid Recovery, you lose 3 seconds on it. I believe they did something with Warlocks similar, where your spells, your dots do their damage X amount of time faster over, you know, whatever. But they don't lose seconds on it. I think they should do the same with this. I think Boomies have that as well. But honestly, I think this should be 1 talent altogether, because this stuff is useless. Say Your Prayers is fine. Answered Prayers, it's fine. Burning Vehemence, it's okay. Harmonious Apparatus, I've been saying this for the longest. Now this spell should be baseline, so we can actually get some useful spells down here that we can actually use. Harmonious Apparatus, it really needs to be baseline. You really hate like, they can make it baseline, make it 3 seconds, you know, kind of even it out. Just make it baseline, please. Light of the Naru, this is nerfed. It was 33%. I think if they make this baseline and then, you know, make this, well, it can even still go up to 20%. I wouldn't even be mad. 33% was nice, but I definitely think Harmonious Apparatus should be baseline. It's just makes me mad having to choose this talent. Desperate Times is pretty good. It's usually, I'm usually taking this almost every game. It's just, you know, nice healing. It's pretty good. I probably never really take a lot of these over here in RPGs unless it's a flag map and I'm just super focused on flash heals. But let's get on down to the bottom. All right, so Light Weaver, basically gonna be nerfed since our 2-piece from season 1 is gonna be gone. Nonetheless, it's still a good spell. They actually buffed light well. I just haven't really found a place to use it yet. As certain, you usually it might be better now since they're gonna be buffing the health of everyone, and it's gonna be a little bit harder to heal supposedly. Because right now, as far as the game goes, when you use this spell, you get a lot of overhealing. I've used it a few times, and it is a lot of overhealing because as soon as somebody get to 50% health, they get the light well renewed. One of your healers is topping them off, and then the rest of it is just wasted. They did make some nice changes to it as far as the instant cast and 2-minute cooldown, so it's getting there. It's just the pace of the game, you're just getting a lot of overhealing out of it. Divine Ward is pretty good. You get fat stack. Actually, it's gonna be good with our 4-piece. You're gonna get pretty much fat stacks from your Prayer of Mending bouncing around. You're gonna get really juicy Serenity, Sanctifies, and Chastise, if you fancy that sort of thing. Divine Image, I like Divine Image. It's probably one of my favorite spells over here. We pretty much get it has a pretty high skill cap. You got to be kind of tracking your Narus. They actually did make a change to it, so now the Naru just kind of grows in size and follows you once you cast a Sanctify, Serenity, a Chastise. Kind of follows you around, and it gets a little bit bigger, but that's neither here nor there. But I used to enjoy having 4 or 5 of those boys out and casting a smite and watching them blast people. It's pretty fun to see, but now it's just it just boosts the healing of the one projectile that'll come out of it, which is cool. I guess it's no big deal. Okay, so going over Restitution, this is a noob trap. You just get too much out of using Miracle Worker. Miracle Worker, you get 2 Serenities, 2 Sanctifies, pretty much good to go. Alright, so we get down to PvP talents. So Holy Ward on a 45-second cooldown. Meet me halfway. Give me a 40-second cooldown. You got the dragon out here running around with 3 stacks of this bad boy at a minute. It might be a minute and 30. Well, I don't know. Put it on 40 seconds. Give me something. Sanctified Ground. I don't know when you're ever really gonna take it. Maybe if you're running a casted Light Weaver build, you'll take Sanctified Ground. But I'm usually healing melee DPS, so it's pretty useless for them. It is a decent spell, so I'll still use it. Greater Heal is pretty much outdated in its nerf. It's 12-second cooldown. By the time somebody dips below 50 and you start casting this bad boy, somebody's gonna insta cast healing back to full. So this is like a 2's spell. And since you really don't have a lot of shadow spells to cast other than mind control and mind games if you do take it, so you can't kind of try to weave back and forth. So they nerfed this at one point, and I don't think I've used this since. Spirit of the Redeemer, that's probably our best cooldown in the game. You use this right and pretty much good to go. Ray of Hope, Ray of Hope is good. I probably only use it in 3s and flag maps, but now since they got rid of what was it, Cardinal Mending, you can pretty much take Ray of Hope a lot more now. Well, most people were. I know I wasn't, because I pretty much take Divine Ascension over Ray of Hope whenever I can. Absolute Faith, we'll have to see how this works out. Leap of Faith also pulls the spirit of the 3 furthest allies within 40 yards and shields you and an affected allies for 85k. That's honestly, it'd probably be a pretty decent heal. When we get there, we'll pretty much see how that works out. I think it might be fine, and then you get the cooldown. You can have it a 1-minute cooldown. I guess the shamans cried too much about the 1-second spirit link. This is honestly better anyways. Well, it's not actually healing, but the big shield is nice. So I don't know what they cried for. Thought Steal. We almost had a kick, guys. We don't have a silence. We don't have a kick. They were gonna give it to us with Thought Steal on a 40-second cooldown. I was super excited. They reverted this bad boy, so there will be another season, another expansion where I never take this spell. The only time anybody ever uses this is in threes versus RMP maybe, and I don't know what they give up for because everything else is pretty much better. Strength and Soul, this is pretty much a disc. This is a disc PvP talent. Purification, Purified, where is it? Okay, so Purification and Purified Resolve probably should be together and just give us something else in this tree. Catharsis. How do I feel about Catharsis? I'm pretty sure it's good for shadows, great for disc. Holy Priest has no shadow spells. I mean, yeah. So yeah. So again, I'm thinking about Vampiric Embrace. You're pretty much not gonna take it. But it kind of gets buffed with the PvP changes they just recently put out with the extra health and all that. So more health. This means this does more damage. I guess we'll see how that plays out. But for now, that's the Holy Priest wish list, man. We got to get some of these spells out of here. My takeaways is get this talent tree updated, man. Get this. let's move this stuff around. These 2-point talents in the second half of the tree. Well, the middle third of the tree. It just needs, some of this stuff needs to go. Some of this stuff needs to go. It needs to be moved around. Some of this stuff is not worth being in the second part of the tree. Trail of Light needs to be a 1-point talent. Maybe it needs to be moved up. Cosmic Ripple needs to be all the way to the left out of my damn way because it's garbage pad damage. Holy Minion needs to be buffed. Benediction could use a buff. Holy Priest could use a buff. All right, man. I'll holler at you guys later. Peace. Subscribe.